had a fantastic weekend. There was lots of excitement at the weekend, wasn't there? For those of you that didn't know, we had a pop-up shop. And it was a stonkingly good pop-up shop. I've seen the videos, I've seen the photos, I've heard the stories. Anyone that managed to go, it was obviously up in the north of England, so if you were further afield, you may not have been able to come along, but it was a fantastic day. People had the opportunity to meet my guests over the other side of the studio, as well as Sarah and Leanne, and there were incredible bargains to be had. And of course, on Sunday, what do we have? The football. Exciting, but not quite. You didn't come away from watching the football with a whole big carrier bag full of crafting goodies, did you? So let's be honest, I think possibly Saturday was a better day out of the weekend. That's what I think anyway. And of course, as I mentioned, we had this fantastic pop-up shop, and we had the lovely Lily. Lily is my guest. Lily, you were there. It was amazing, wasn't it?
Oh my goodness me, I literally had the best day, Becky. It was absolutely amazing to meet so many of you guys at home, the names that I've recognised for years and years, the guys that comment into the shows, that comment on our makes, share their makes in the communities. To be able to meet you in person has been just so special. I honestly had the bestest day, and as well, seeing all the crafty bargains that you guys at home got as well was absolutely fantastic. So to everyone that came, thank you so much. It was a brilliant day, and I'll let you into a little secret. We are definitely hoping to do some more. So if you didn't manage to join us on this Saturday, do look out for future events, because I'm pretty sure we will be holding future pop-up shop events. But that was the weekend. We won't talk about yesterday, because I have to say I was feeling quite sad by the end of yesterday evening. I'm into my football, but Saturday was a much better day. But we're going to start Monday off with style. We've got the most fabulous launch today.
We have.
Me and Becky have been swooning over these already. They are a fantastic Festive Edge stamp and dies. Becky's going to give the details, and then I will share with you a few little samples, because I am itching to get started with these. They are just super adorable.
Absolutely. And you too can be an excited winner, because you can win one of Lily's makes that we do in the show. It is, what was it again? National Give Something Away Day. So what we would like you to do is, if you can message in and let us know the last thing you gave away. Did you give away a nice cake? Did you give away a car? Let us know, what was the last thing you gave away? I don't know who's giving away cars. It could be anything. Maybe you gave away some clothes, donated them to charity or something like that. Let us know in the comments. We will pick somebody at random, and they will win one of the demonstrations that Lily's going to be doing for us today. And somebody else will win a £10 voucher. Ooh. So we've got 2 winners, lots to play for. It is also Youth Skills Day. And so the other question I was going to ask you is, actually we might do that in the later on show, but we can think about it now. The kind of things that you're really glad that you learnt when you were young, and perhaps things that you wish you had learnt when you were a bit older. My dad was really good really handy at doing DIY stuff, so he used to do it, and he didn't used to show me because I was a girl. It was very much a boy thing, and I really regret that. I wish I'd learnt how to plumb something in and that kind of thing. That's something that I wish I'd learnt how to do. But I did learn to sew, which obviously has been really helpful for me in my career as a child. Lily, I won't put you on the spot and ask you what you think. But
I'll start having a little think.
Yeah, have a little think, and have a little think there. I'm going to say a few hellos to everybody. We've got Alison saying, hello everyone. Oh well, last day off after 2 weeks holidays, so let's watch some craft. 2 weeks holiday, nice. Cindy says, good morning from the rainy and hot Minnesota. Lois is here saying, good morning everyone from Ohio. Mistress Deo says, hello everyone from a drizzly London. Yeah, it wasn't looking too nice when I left this morning. Pamela said, morning everyone from a wet Cornwall. Zoe Carver's here saying, afternoon from a Wisley? A drizzly West Sussex. Looking forward to these today. Mary Kate says, hello from Westchester, New York. Hello to you all. Now today is, well, this show is all about this new launch. Oh my goodness me. These are so cute. These are our Festive Edge stamp and die set. You've got 6 different ones in here, and they are absolutely gorgeous. You've got ones with little gingerbread houses on, we've got snowmen, we've got like a foresty scene, we've obviously got Santa and his sleigh, and we've got penguins. Now, if you've ever watched me talk about penguins, I love penguins, and these are absolutely gorgeous. £55 or $75. £44 is the platinum price, or $60. Now, we will have a showstopper for you in a little bit of time. We're just sorting everything out. I think possibly all of those little TV gremlins were out celebrating the football yesterday, and potentially will be just getting those all organised later. Are they Spanish gremlins? I think everyone was celebrating the football yesterday. But yes, we're going to have some other deals for you. But Lily, you're going to show us some samples. And like you say, we swooned over these because they are absolutely gorgeous.
We certainly did. These are just absolutely adorable. And the brilliant thing is these are super, super easy to work with. But if you want to take it one step further, there's lots of different options how you can mix and match these and really take them to that next level with your crafting. So first up, I'm going to show you, I suppose, the sort of intended concept. And with these, what you get is your separate stamps. In this case, you've got your 3 separate components to that scene. You get 1 matching die as well. And all we've done with this one, we've folded our card in half. We've cut that design over that fold, and then we've stamped our design into the centre of there. And that gives you that lovely design where it's actually cut into the fold of that card there. The sentiments are included as well. So we've sort of left no stone unturned when it comes to all of those accessories in this collection as well. Then this one is another sort of simple way to put these together. We've just taken a card that folds on that left hand side there. We've cut that design across the centre, we've stamped in, and then we've just cut away that top section of cardstock, so you've got that lovely, almost like a half fold card at the bottom there. Then perhaps you want to go for something a little bit more funky.
Ooh,
maybe like
that.
your dome cards. Look at that.
Wow.
That's a showstopper and a half, isn't
Yeah.
it? So that looks amazing by cutting that die into that bottom half there, then using perhaps your trimmer or your craft knife to go around that edge there to create an aperture, and then just doming that part up. It looks absolutely sensational. Not even using them on the edges of your card though, they're still going to look equally fabulous. I mean, look at those, Becky. Those are just so super cute. That could be me and you today.
We could.
Yeah, definitely could be. Two
Which
little
one?
penguins.
Would you be the ice skating one or the one? What's the other one doing? He's on the sledge.
sleigh. Oh dear, I feel like I've not got the ability to do either of those skills. Are you able to sled? Are you able to skate?
I used to be able to skate. I don't think I can skate anymore.
Okay, well you
I'm
can
quite
be the skating
accident prone.
one, and I'll be the one on a sledge. I'm probably about to fall over at that point.
I might be the one that's asleep in the igloo.
In the igloo, yeah, I like that idea a lot. And don't forget, you've got your igloo stamp as well, which is fabulous. And the sentiment, I love that. Have an ice day. We've got a few fun little puns in this collection as well, which makes it super, super cool. And then another different way here, just using your dies once again at the bottom, creating an aperture with your craft knife or your trimmer, and then just adding a shaker behind that. Just looks absolutely fabulous. Maybe you got those sequins that launched last week with our Christmas shaker tags. Those will work a treat behind there. And then finally, we're going to demonstrate one a little bit similar to this towards the end of the show. Look at that. It's your Z fold card. So all you need to do for this one is just stamp and die cut that design twice, and it gives you that incredible sort of chorus of snowmen. I'm not sure what the collective noun is, but let us know in the comments. What is the collective noun for snowmen? I would love to know.
Puddle of snowmen, I reckon.
Oh, no, because that means they've melted. That's not good. We don't like that. Give us a better suggestion, guys, at home, please.
Who knows? I never thought about a collection of snowmen. What are they known as?
There's got to be a collective noun. There's got to be.
Yeah.
There's some good collective nouns out there. They've got kaleidoscope of butterflies. There's a funny one for crows. It's something like a murder of crows.
And zebras. It's a dazzle.
A dazzle of zebras?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Dazzle of zebras, which I think is quite
Maybe
nice.
it's going to be a chilling of snowmen.
Oh, yeah,
that's very
quite
poetic,
good.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Even if there isn't one, I think you've coined that phrase, and we should use that phrase from evermore now.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And we've got a few people messaging in about what they've given away.
One last thing, though, I've got to say.
Oh, yes, the pens. Yeah, we forgot about those
Just
pens.
want to quickly mention these. This is a brand new configuration of your tri-blend pens. So you're going to get all of these fabulous colours. You're getting 6 in total. We will be using these throughout demonstration just to show you how they work. But you've got all those different colourways. They've been sort of specifically curated to match perfectly with those images. So those are included as well. Sorry, back over to you, Becky. Just had to squeeze those in.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about those, and I'm so overexcited by seeing the penguins. Mistress Deo says, the last thing I gave away was a pair of hand-knitted socks.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, how long did they take you to knit?
Oh, yeah.
I'm always quite amazed with people that can knit things like that. Miki says, I gave away tea planters for my garden over the weekend. I put some mint, lemon balm and chamomile plants into a planter with a tea-themed card. That's a nice idea.
Oh, lovely.
I've got a lot of lemon balm in my garden because it grows really prolifically, and I don't actually know what to do with it.
Oh.
I walk past it, squish it and then smell it and then walk away. I don't know what to do with it. Let me know what I should be doing with it. Karen says, the last thing I gave away was a cute small tote bag with a bee theme. I won it in a raffle and gave it to my sister because she absolutely loved it. Alison, she gave away a Victoria sandwich to my niece as she needed, she fractured her collarbone and she's had a cold. She needs cheering up. I need cheering up too. Please send me cake.
Yes,
I like
definitely.
cake.
We
In
do.
fact, there's some cake over there.
They look gorgeous, don't they?
I'm going to make sure I get cake for later. Right, we should get started with some of the demos, shouldn't we? Shall I show the little boards first of all, so you can actually see exactly what you're going to be getting? They are just, I really like these. I have to be honest, I've already ordered mine. Yeah, it didn't take long. This first one here, this is so cute. You've got that little, this is called the Snowy Village. You've got a village scene where you've got that little fox with his hat on. So in here, you're going to be getting the dyer here, which is going to cut that edge out for you. And you're getting all those stamps as well as some sentiments there too. So they really are absolutely gorgeous. You can have so much fun colouring these in and making them into your cards. This one here is your Jolly Snowmen. Absolutely gorgeous collection that you've got here. Again, works in exactly the same way. Then we have festive penguins. You tell me I like these. They're just so cute. Look at their little faces. Their little squishy tummies. Oh. They're gorgeous. So again, you're going to get the die and you're going to be getting all of those stamps there too. And then this one is your Santa's sleigh. Really iconic imagery of Santa. We were talking about him, like I know him really well, last week, weren't we? Because we were saying how you could make him more traditional and having him green.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because Santa is only in red because Coca-Cola advertised him in red. And then finally, we have got Home for Christmas. Again, that beautiful snowy scene with that little Christmas tree there. £55 and $75. Platinum price is £44 or $60 platinum price. Or you can pay an extra £10 and get the showstopper, which is these, and a bag of fun. Now, I'm not going to show you what's in the bag of fun, apart from maybe this. Yeah, we don't know what's going to be in it because it's going to be a random collection of things. So that's the only one I'm going to show you. But you're going to be getting this, which is worth, for the extra £10, is worth £44 or $54 that you're getting for an extra £10. So you're going to be getting all of this, paying for all of this, and your pens, paying an extra £10, and you get a goodie bag worth £44 or $54. Worth putting in your basket. Right, Lily, we should get started because I want to see how gorgeous these are.
We certainly should. And we're going to get started with, I don't know, I think they're all my favourites. So I won't say that any of my favourite because I'll end up saying about them all. But we're going to start off with Santa's sleigh, and this is super, super cute. I also think those two little reindeers could very well be me and Becky if we're not the two little penguins today. Of course, you can change up those colours of scarves. So maybe you've got someone who's into a certain football team. You could even personalise your little reindeers with those football colours as well. Tons of options by just changing up those colourways. But we're going to start off with the die, and I always find it easier. Doesn't matter what technique, what sort of card shape or style I'm doing with these stamps and dies. I always find it a lot easier to die cut first and then stamp afterwards. I just find you get the best and easiest result by doing things that way around. We've started off though by creating our card base, which measures 5 inches by 6 inches, and it's a left fold card, so we've got the score line on that left hand side there. So you might be able to see we've popped a little mark about 2.5 inches, so about halfway on the left and the right hand side, and that's going to make our lives so much easier when we actually come to do our little bit of die cutting and lining our die up. So with this one, we're actually going to cut away that top section of the card there. So that's essentially going to be our waist. So that's the section where we're going to be more than happy to pop our tape onto. So any tape on that top section is going to be absolutely fine, should it so rip as it goes through the machine. And all we're doing is we're lining up that left-hand side of the die there, where we've got that little marking that we've popped on with our pencil. We'll do exactly the same on the right-hand side, just lining that up. And it just makes it so much easier to just pop those markings on rather than trying to sort of eyeball it. I always find, especially on a Monday morning, it's never quite so easy to line things up. You think, oh, I'll be able to get this straight, but just taking literally a few seconds to pop a pencil line on there does just make your life so much easier. Now, die sizing, in terms of the different machines you can use, obviously we're using the Gemini 2 here with my large plates. And the dies themselves will fit through those small machines right the way down to your Gemini Mini, but you've got to think about the size of cardstock you want to actually cut that die into. So if you're cutting into a 5 by 6 inch card base like we've done here, then obviously you will need those larger plates. So just consider the different card shapes and styles you will be wanting to create as to what machine you are cutting with.
Will that die cut through all sorts of different card?
Absolutely, yes. So here we're using our white card. You could be cutting through your watercolour card if you want to actually watercolour these images up. That will work perfectly. Coloured card, you could do that. I'm not sure whether you want to if you're going to be colouring them up. You probably want to stick with the white card, but thicker card's absolutely fine. This one is a 300 GSM. I know on the website, on the shop today, you will find a triple pack of our multi-purpose card, and that's exactly what I've used to create our card base. So what we've done is we've just trimmed away that top section, so we've got that lovely silhouette there of our 3 characters. But at this point, this is where we bring in our stamps. So I've taken our magnetic stamping platform, and for me this is an absolute must-have. It's my go-to whenever I'm stamping to get that perfect stamped impression. And you know that even if you've not stamped it out absolutely bang on first time round, you can go in and you can re-stamp as needed, and you're going to get that gorgeous stamped crisp image, which is absolutely what we want. Fresh set of stamps here, so I'm feeling quite honoured, I have to say. Very honoured, in fact, that my set at home don't look anything like this already. But I always say it's well loved, not used and abused. We'll say well loved.
Yeah, well loved.
And I tend to actually stamp these one at a time. I just find it's a little bit easier, a bit more manageable to do that. But of course, if you're feeling a little bit brave, then why not go in and stamp all 3 at once? But just showing you perhaps the easiest way, and maybe perfect if you are a beginner as well. We're going to go in and stamp one at a time. Now, when you're thinking about your different colouring mediums, your ink pad that you're choosing to use is super important. So we are going to go in with some of those fabulous tri-blends that are part of the collection. So because those are alcohol-based pens with your tri-blends, that means you're going to need to use an alcohol-proof ink pad. That basically means that once you pop your alcohol pens over the top, they're not going to bleed. So any alcohol-proof ink pads, I've got lots of different colours. I'll be using the different colourways throughout the different demos on this afternoon's show, but we're going in with the Noir Black for this one. So it's going to be that nice crisp black stamped image. So stamped our Santa, we can see how beautifully he fits onto that die cut border. So you can see that the dies work absolutely perfectly. All that thinking has been taken out of it. So you've got that ability to just enjoy the fun bits, enjoy your colouring, enjoying building up those mats and layers, choosing all your different pattern papers, rather than having to fussy cut around that top edge, which, let's be honest, will be a little bit time consuming. You've got the die that will do that
anyway,
for you.
wouldn't you?
Well, I would, but let's be honest, time is a premium these days, especially. So having that already done for you. And I think we were saying on Friday's show, losing track of days, but I do believe it was Friday's show, the difference with die cutting is it gives you that beveled edge, which you can never. Nicola's confirmed me, it was Friday. I have to say, guys at home, I'm losing track of the days. It could be any day. It could be Saturday, it could be Sunday, it could be Tuesday, but I have been assured it's Monday. But it's been one of those busy weekends, obviously being at the pop-up shop all day Saturday. Got home, had some prep to do, then prepping yesterday, then back in the office this morning, so I'm not quite sure what day it is, but I'm delighted that I can bring these stamps to you this morning. Craig will be back this evening, so if you're wondering about Craig, he will be in this evening for a fabulous craft along with Magical Day, but I'm super excited to be able to share these gorgeous little stamps and dies with you.
They are absolutely gorgeous.
They are so super
and
cute.
so quick to use.
So easy. I mean, you saw that start to finish. Obviously, that's not a finished card. We are going to do a little bit more to it. If you're thinking, blimey, these demos are a bit basic. No, we are going to do a bit more to it. But you can see just sort of the bare bones of that card there. It is super quick and easy to put together. You could even get the kids involved with that if you so choose. So that's all our stamping, all our die cutting done. And now it's time for the fun bit, which is the colouring. And this is where we're going to bring in some of our tri-blends. Now, we do obviously have our pack of tri-blends as part of today's brand new launch, but I'm going to be bringing in some other colours alongside these as well. Now, for any of you guys asking at home what colours you're getting in the pack, they are colours that we have done previously, but they've all been specifically colour matched to work with the characters in this collection. So if you're wondering on the colours, you are getting dark red blend, alpine green blend, you've got your blue turquoise blend, earth brown blend, ice grey blend, and your ice grey shade. So those are the ones that you're getting. I know, obviously, of course, I say obviously, you guys at home know what I'm like. I do have all of the different colours of tri-blends, but it's always good, even if you do already have these colours, it's always good to have spares for when your pens do run out. And it's nice to have them all in one place as well, so you know you've got all the colours that are going to work perfectly with these stamps. Now, Nicola's asked a very naughty question in my ear. How many pens do I think I own? Oh my goodness, it's got to be thousands.
Thousands?
It's got to be thousands.
Have you got a room of pens in your house? Or when you go in the kitchen,
Yeah.
it's like in sort of Devil Wears Prada, when they open up the kitchen units and there's no food in there, it's just clothes, but yours are just pens.
You go in the cutlery drawer and expect to find some cutlery. It's just a load of pens. You think, I'm going to eat my dinner with that. No, not quite. I don't have a dedicated room, but I have to say it's one of those, I have pens everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Because when I'm thinking about it, I've got all my classiques, which is 216. Then I've got just about all my illustrators, so you're talking about another 200. Then I've got all the tri-blends. And then if you start to think like your special pens, like your sparkle pens, your glitter markers, all your metallic markers, when you start to think about it, it's quite a few.
Lily!
I know. I'm a bit of a pen fiend, I have to say. I do love my pens. Colouring has got to be one of my favourite techniques. I just absolutely love it. I mean, I could just get lost in colouring this. You could lose me for hours just colouring. So I will try and keep talking and let you guys know that I've not fallen to sleep.
But it is quite, it's such a calming thing to do, isn't it?
Absolutely.
That's why, everyone likes those sort of adult colouring books. But I think with the way the tri-blends are, where you've got all those different colours and you've got that security that you're going to be able to blend properly, they're brilliant pens.
They certainly are.
I love mine. I haven't bought any other. I haven't got the illustrators or the classics. I've got some I've got the watercolour pens, but I haven't got. I love the tri-blends. They're the ones that I use the most.
I think they're just so easy because I think for a lot of us, one of the sort of stumbling blocks when it comes to colouring is colour matching and finding what's going to be our lightest, what's going to be our mid-tone, our darkest. Because so often we talk about that light, medium, and dark when it comes to alcohol pen shading. And what we've done is we've put all three into one barrel, which makes it super easy. Every single pen will have a colour family, this one being our earth brown colour family. For each colour you'll have a shades and a blend. Shades are 3 darker tones, blend are 3 lighter tones. And then it literally tells you on the barrel, you've got your light, you have got your mid, and you've got your dark. And the way that I work with mine, I know we all do things a little bit differently, but the way that works best for me when I'm colouring with my alcohol pens is to go in first with my lightest. I'll lay down almost like a base coat to make sure that paper's nice and wet so that the colours that I'm laying on after that will be blending a lot easier than if I was blending onto dry card. Then I work up my colour tones. So I'll go in with my mid-tone and I'll go in with my dark tones at the end to add that final finishing bit of shading. But what you'll notice I've done here, I've used that earth brown blend, which is part of your collection to start with. So I've laid down those 3 lightest tones, but then I wanted to add a little bit more impact. I wanted it to be a little bit more shaded. So all I've gone ahead and done now is I've taken the shades, which don't forget is the 3 darker sort of tones within that colour family, and I'm just adding a little bit more shading to really intensify that brown. Of course you don't have to do this, you can just stick to that beautiful earth brown blend that's already in this pack, but if you really want to bring that to life, then absolutely go ahead and go in with your darker shades, and that will really start to make that shading pop. Now, I have to say, I am a bit of a traditional girl when it comes to Christmas. I love my reds, I love my greens, my golds, all of those beautiful traditional Christmas colours. So we're going to colour in our little reindeer here. His scarf is going to be red and it will match in with his nose as well. So another pen that you're getting within the set is your dark red blend. I'll be honest, I was very, very pleased that we got one of these included in this pack because this, for me, is one of my most used colours. So my original one was sort of waning a little bit, so it's perfect to actually get this included. So we're going in once again our lightest, and I'm thinking it'll be lighter in the centre there. So the light's hitting it, and we've got that sort of beveled, rounded effect to the scarf here, and it's going to be darker at the edges, and a little bit darker there under his chin where it's casting a little bit of shadow, and exactly the same onto that section of the scarf there. You can colour these in very basic if you want. You could literally go in block colours and they're still going to look absolutely beautiful because you've got all that detail laid down by the stamps, but just a little bit of colouring there onto the reindeer. We will be colouring in each and every single demo, so you will see a little bit more colouring as we move throughout the show, but let's just bring in one that we've already coloured. Just to speed things along a little bit, I've got tons I want to share with you guys on this launch day show. So this one we've coloured in our 2 reindeers exactly the same. We've added a little bit of our pale pink blend for inside of his ears. Then Santa is similar colour tones. We've gone for that ice grey blend, which is in part of that pack. Ice grey shade for his gloves. Then we've gone in with our gold yellow blend for his sleigh to give it that lovely golden metallic effect. So that's our card base. But at this point we need to bring in some of our pretty pattern papers. And this time I've gone traditional. I've gone for our beautiful Nature's Garden Holly and Ivy. Launched only a week ago, it was a week today, wasn't it? Last Monday, it's super popular with you guys at home. I am loving this collection. I'm getting to the point where I already need to order another paper pad, which is a little bit concerning. But like I say, I love my traditional Christmas colours. And we're actually going to mix and match some of this 12 by 12 paper pad with some of that absolutely exquisite red satin cardstock, which is part of your A4 luxury red cardstock. If you want to find that one on the website, it's fantastic for all of your Christmas makes, because you get your beautiful satin that we can see here. You also get your mirror card, and then as well you get your glitter card as well. So if you're starting to think about all those Christmas makes, then definitely an ideal one to add into your crafty stash. So we've got one back panel there. That larger panel will be in the inside of our card, and then we've got one that's a little bit smaller that's just been cut to size, so will nestle on the front of our card, just to make sure we've got that lovely design flow from the front to the inside of the card. So everything's going to be tying together perfectly. A little bit of tape pen on the back. When I'm crafting at home, I do tend to go for my all-purpose, but just for a little bit of speed, we'll go in our tape pen, and it's still going to stick absolutely perfectly. Now, before we actually stick that into position, I've got a little piece of white satin ribbon here. So we'll pop some of this onto this piece here, just as an extra little finishing touch. So a bit of tape pen on the back of there. Your red liner tape or tape pen's ideal for sticking your ribbon down. You don't really want something like a wet glue, just in case it kind of seeps through to the other side. Obviously, if you've got like a fabric glue or something like that, that can work quite nicely though as well. So a little bit of tape onto the reverse side, just to tuck your edges over, and that's going to give you a neater finish, rather than cutting it to size and then potentially having the edges fray a little bit. By just tucking those edges over the side of your card does just make it that little bit neater. So a bit of tape onto the back of there, just like so, and we'll pop that onto the base there of our card. Then we've also got our beautiful little sentiment. This is once again part of the collection, so you're not having to look elsewhere in your crafty stash to find sentiments that are going to match. And we've got our little ho ho ho, which of course ties in perfectly with the artwork there. I think that's just so super cute. And then finally, just to finish it off, I have got a little ribbon bow just to pop on the left hand side. I tend to use hot glue to stick my bows in position. I find it works a lot easier. Nice quick grab, and it holds perfectly as well. So I'll pop that onto the left hand side. Super quick, easy and simple, kind of like the easiest way I suppose you can pop these cards together. But how gorgeous. Cute is that? I just absolutely adore those reindeers. I mean, he just makes me smile. He's just gorgeous. How cute is that?
It's absolutely gorgeous. I am worried that Rudolph is not looking where he's going. And I think he's going to run into a lamppost or something. But
he's helping guide him. He's not looking where he's... See, he's the one that's a little bit dozy, a little bit fun and frivolous. That's the sensible one. That's the one that's sort of guiding him forward.
Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. I love that. We had a question, and someone just wanted to know what size it was again, that card.
The card base, yeah, of course. So the actual card to create the card base, because I think a lot of you guys at home will know I love to create my own card bases rather than using pre-made ones. So I cut the cardstock to 12 inches by 5, so that creates a 6 by 5 inch card base, and I've done it with a left fold so you can get that lovely design that we've created on the front with a die cut. Fantastic.
Thank you very much. That is absolutely gorgeous. Really, really liked that. Amanda's asked, Lily, can you help me? How would you organise your pens? I have them in sets, as you know, tri-blends, watercolour, but do you think it's best to do it by colour or from the colour chart?
I actually work from the colour chart, so I have all my tri-blends separate to all my classiques, to all my aqua pens, etc, etc, etc. And the way that I organise them all is I organise them by the colour chart. So I'll have like TN1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Then I'll go into the next colour. So all my browns will be together, all my pinks will be together, and so on and so on. And I actually have them in exactly the same order that I have my colour chart. So if I'm looking at a colour on my colour chart and thinking, right, that's the colour that I want, I know exactly where to look on my pens. My tri-blends, I store them all in the tri-blend carry case. The 48-pound one, so I've got one for my tri-blend brush and one for my regular tri-blend, but my classiques and illustrators, I've got those in the pen storage trays in the universal carry bags. Hope that helps.
Fantastic, thank you very much. Now, if you haven't already got these in your basket, why not? Because they are absolutely gorgeous. You want to take the advantage of popping them in your basket. You can get them separately or you can get them with the showstopper. So the showstopper would contain all of these dies and the pens, but you're also paying an extra, if you pay an extra £10, you'll get a bundle, a little mystery bag, worth £44 or $54. But to give a quick recap, you can see all of these different designs that we've got here, and they are utterly gorgeous. So you're going to get a mixture of stamps and dies with each one. So this first one is your Snowy Village. We then have your Jolly Snowmen. Haven't discovered yet what a collection of snowmen is. This is your Festive Penguins. It's a melt.
It is a melt.
Oh, so I was close with Puddle.
Oh, I'm not sure I like that. Okay, who do we talk to change this? Is there anybody higher up I can escalate this complaint to?
Yeah, it is. Daniel said it's a melt of snowmen.
Daniel, can you change that for us? Who can do it? Does anybody work at the dictionary? Who's watching? Let us know.
You're going to have to write to Oxford Dictionary.
Right, well, that's my evening sorted then.
This one is Santa's Sleigh, which you've just seen Lily using, and this one is your Home for Christmas. Fantastic set. Platinum price is £52 or $68. By going for the showstopper, you're going to get those. Another £10. You'll get this bundle of goodies, and I can't show you exactly what's in it, but I'm going to show you that one so you know. We're going to give you the opportunity for you to check out your baskets, and we will see you in just a moment.
I like to get up, chill, relax, get a cup of tea, then get myself sorted. And if I'm presenter, I'll write all my notes. If I'm the demonstrator, I'll get my prep out, have another look at it, make sure that everything is the way it needs to be for the show, do the show. Then what I'll do is I'll grab something to eat, then have another look at the sheets again, make sure the next show's all good to go. Then we do that show, tidy. I always like to make sure that it's nice and tidy, either for myself the next day or whoever's in. Jump in the car, head home. I will quickly unpack what I need to unpack, and then I get on that sofa as quick as I can. As soon as we go live, I love that within our live shows, I always get the butterflies. As soon as we get that countdown in our ear that we're just going live, butterflies kick in, and within about 10-15 seconds, I'm going. Butterflies have gone, and we just enjoy the show. Early riser. Oh, shower in the morning. Tea. Oh, savoury breakfast. Masterclass. My mobile phone. Oh, anything with chicken. Currently, it is the weekend, Blinding Light, and it has been for about a couple of years, and I still love it. Apart from jumping in the car, chilling on the sofa, watching TV.
Come in, emails, then lay the shows out in the studio, set pack shots up. Then I will do polls, pick shows, solve any problems that need solving. We deal with other teams where we receive marketing suites, we receive boards. We pick samples to send to Hobbymaker. We pick samples to send to QVC. We will take the previous shows out of the studios, set the new shows up. We do floor manage occasionally, not all the time, making sure that the craft expert presenters have everything at hand that they need. Anything that they haven't got during shows, we will run about and get the products for them. Think on a morning when it's really quiet, I can get more done when there's nobody else in the building. Night owl. Morning. Coffee on a morning, tea the rest of the day. savoury. Normally lunchtime. Craft along. Mobile phone. Christina's chicken. Barry White. You're my first, my last, my thing. Go home and make the tea.
Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Tracy's birthday next week. No, it's not today. It's not today. It's next Monday, just so you know. Yeah, make sure you wish her a happy birthday. She'll be really embarrassed. It'll be funny. Right, Amanda said earlier today, because we were asking questions about things that you've given to other people recently. Earlier today, I took a plate rack, a bath mat set, and a unit to a cancer research shop. Well done, well done. Daniel says, at the pop-up shop, my husband and I should have checked with one another as we ended up with a few items the same. Oh dear, never mind. No, you can give those extra bits and pieces. They must have been really good deals if you both decided that you wanted them.
Well, I suppose if they were consumables, like if they were paper pads, that's good. Whereas if they're dyes, but they always come in handy, let's be honest. Or crafty gift, that's a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you pick up any goodies?
Do you know what? I was so busy, I didn't end up managing to shop, which I was gutted about. So we'll just have to do another one.
Yeah, I was waiting for a message, Lily. You said when you got there you were going to message me and take some photos.
Do you know what, Becky? I didn't even have my phone on me. Everyone was saying, did you get any photos? I said, I didn't even get a single photo. My phone was out the back of my bag. Didn't get any photos. I was gutted, but so busy. So much nicer just to meet and talk to everybody rather than being on your phone all the time. So it's been lovely.
That's good. Helen says, hello Lily, Becky, CCTV team and all my crafty friends. Not my giveaway, but my brother has given me a holiday.
Oh, wow.
It's in COS, and the best of all is adult only, is the best giveaway in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
I think your brother is, I think I'd like a brother like that. I mean, would your brother give me a holiday? Well, I'd quite like a holiday. Pat says the last thing I gave away were pots and pans to my grandson for college. So that's all nice. Please keep those coming in. Lots of love for the cards that you've got there. Pat says, lovely card, I'm loving the colours and I like the mirror card behind it. And Amanda says that was a really cute demo.
Oh, thank you.
We should do some more because these are absolutely gorgeous. So these are all the Festive Edge stamp and die sets. You can see them just here. We've got a showstopper, which includes all of these and the pens. An extra £10, you get a bag of fun.
Ooh.
And it will be a bag of fun, and I can't tell you what's in it because that might be in it. Because I just don't know what's going to be. It's going to be a mixture of different things. But the value is going to be £45 or $54. It's all going to be Christmas themed, so it's all going to work together with this. But I mean, ooh, I wish I could show you this, but I can't. I can show you that one because we couldn't fit it in, so we couldn't get a bag big enough to fit it into. But you've got these Christmas toppers. Right, we should get on with more demos. What one are you going to do next?
We're going to go for the Snowy Village. And I was saying to Becky before the show, I love this one. I think possibly because the houses remind me of gingerbread. And that's exactly how we're going to colour them on this demo. This is just so super cute. Now, you guys stateside, if you did get the bundle on HSN, this one wasn't included. So don't forget, you can go for these individually. So if you did get the bundle on HSN, you won't have this one. So do check out the individual on the website. All of the stamps and dies you can get individually. Or perhaps you just want to go for the pens, you can go for the pens individually as well. So lots and lots of different options. But of course, best value is, as always, in that showstopper. Now, just to speed things up a little bit with this one, just because I've shown you how to stamp and die cut in the last demo, I will show you a little bit more of that later on. But to make this one a little bit quicker, I've done my die cutting and stamping already. Now, something a little bit different for this one, we're going to create a stepper card. So our cardstock started off at 6 inches by 12. We scored in tiny little partial score line just on the left and right hand side there at 2.5. Next full score line is at 5 inches. Then we scored again at 8.5, and that was our final score line. But don't forget, the important thing with this one is that bottom score line. You just literally want to put maybe ½ centimetre on the left and the right hand side there. You pop your die on, you die cut that design as we've just seen, so you have that lovely die cut element there. Then all you're going to do is you're just going to stamp on your 3 characters, and that's going to give you, when we fold that up into shape, that's going to give you that lovely stepper card. Now, I find it a lot easier to actually keep this flat while I colour it, and then once I've coloured it, I will then pop those score lines in, so it is a little bit more folded into its proper shape. So it's a lot easier to actually colour it once it is flat. So let's just colour in our beautiful house to start with. So we're going in with our tan blend, and we're also bringing some of those tan shades as well, like on that last demo, to just kind of bring in a little bit more depth and dimension. Now I'm going to have this so it's a little bit lighter into the centre of our house, and then around the edges it's going to be a little bit darker. We're going to try and avoid the windows and door as much as we can. We'll pop a lovely sort of golden glow onto the windows just to make them look like we've got the lights inside. It's glowing, it's lovely and warm and cosy inside for Christmas, which is the sort of Christmas we all want to have, don't we?
It
Lovely,
does make
warm,
me want
cosy
to
Christmas.
eat gingerbread though.
Oh, it does,
Or
doesn't it?
those Lebkuchen.
Lebkuchen are my
really like those,
absolute
don't we?
favourite. They are beautiful. They are lovely. Yeah, somebody's saying either the fox is huge or the houses are tiny. Well, maybe these are gingerbread houses. Maybe they're not real houses at all. Or maybe it's just a very large fox. Who knows? Who knows? But just a little bit of fun with this one. But we are definitely thinking about our gingerbread now, aren't we? All the Christmas foods. Oh,
Do you normally make a gingerbread house at Christmas?
do you know what? I've never made one, but I've always wanted to give it a go. Anybody at home who's given it a go, let me know. Is it hard? Because in my head, I've got this vision of this most amazing creation you've ever seen, this incredible gingerbread house. And I feel like the reality might be somewhat different.
I think it's all in the recipe.
Okay.
And you need icing that dries really hard, and it's normally got egg white in it.
Oh dear, that might be me out
I suppose
then.
it depends whether you're going to eat it or not. And
Well, I'm
why
not
would
going to
you
make it and not eat
Well,
it.
Exactly.
I mean, I have found vegan recipes for gingerbread houses before.
But
I've
with
just not bothered to
icing?
make them.
Yeah. I don't know how you get the icing to dry really hard.
There is definitely vegan recipes for icing. I'm not sure if they
Okay.
use chickpea water, which is aquafaba. So it's the water that comes in a tin of chickpeas. If you discard the chickpeas and then you have to whisk that up, and it basically becomes like meringue. It's like magic. It's incredible.
Okay. So that would
could work, but it just feels like a lot of a faff. And then it might be worth it. It depends. And then I'll have to go to town on the decoration. Then I'll spend all day decorating it. And yeah, maybe one day. Well, it does sound like quite a nice Christmas activity, though, it has to be say.
My brother-in-law's work, he works in a school, he's a chef, and they have a competition to make the best gingerbread house. But I mean, they're not gingerbread houses, they are like gingerbread sculptures.
Oh, wow.
You know, they're something really, and they're tested on how stable they are, how they look, and also how they taste. So it's no good just making one that looked great, but actually it tastes foul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need best of both worlds, don't you? It can't just look good, it's got to taste good as well, for certain. But we're just going in and we're giving some lovely colour to our gingerbread. So going in with our tan shades and our tan blend, we'll give you that nice sort of gingerbread style colour. Then for our roof, we're going to imagine it's a nice snowy roof. So we're going with our ice grey blend, which is one of the colourways that you do get as part of your pack of tri-blends, which is a part of this collection. You could maybe be adding some of your glitter glue to the roof instead, or maybe even if you've got our faux snow or puffy snow, you could be adding real texture and dimension to that. But even if you're just using your pens, you can still add lots of dimension just by adding that shade in. So with your snow, you never want to leave anything, whether it's snow or anything at all that's white, you never want to leave it just as plain cardstock. By adding in the colours like a little bit of grey or even a little bit of blue, that will really start to bring that to life and make it look, it's quite strange because by adding colour you make it look more white, which is one of those that doesn't quite make sense, but you can see how this really does start to make it look a lot more lifelike. I mean, we've said the scale's maybe not quite lifelike, but in terms of the shade and dimension, we'll get that lovely realistic finish. So that finishes off our roof there. There's a little bit above the door there as well, a bit of snow. They've definitely had a lot of snow in this little village, haven't they? I wonder if we'll have a white Christmas this year.
I don't know if we will. Well, actually up here, there's a lot more snow up here than there is where I live.
A lot more rain as well.
Yeah.
Imagine the way the weather's going at the moment.
Do you know it's something like 26 degrees at home? Well, it's 23 degrees. It's
23? Good grief.
When I looked yesterday, when I was working out what I need to bring, and I was looking at the weather, there was a massive, it was like 8 degrees difference between home and here.
That's crazy.
This is how much I love you.
Oh.
I come here and it's all chilly. I've had to get my winter clothes out.
It's raining, it's cold, it's foggy. Oh, it's wonderful. The weather up here is wonderful. I'll be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if it started snowing at this point. If it starts snowing, just be like, oh, it's snowing. Would you like snow? Why not? Honestly, the way the weather's going is
Yeah, but you've got beautiful
awful.
views here. You can see all the fields, and I came by taxi from the station this morning, and I was like looking at the fields and all the flowers. It was lovely.
It's quite a nice journey, isn't it, actually, from Darlington Station down
it is,
down to
especially
here.
at the moment because they're doing work, and you've got to go around that little tiny village.
Ah, yes,
I
yeah.
quite like that.
Oh,
It's very nice.
yeah, very tranquil.
Lisa P says our city has a gingerbread house contest each
Oh my
year.
gosh.
I took 3rd place one year.
Wow, that's good.
Tell Lily, yes, the vision one is different. Oh, it's different to the end result.
Oh
I'd
dear.
like to see a picture of that actually, gingerbread house.
Yeah, I'd
in
love
that
to see
competition.
photos, 100%, yeah. And are you stateside or in the UK? I want to know where this contest is. It sounds quite
I reckon it's
American,
American.
that. Oh, that sounds fabulous. I
Yeah.
want to go to this competition. I want to see all the gingerbread houses that I'll never be able to create.
Maybe we should have a competition here at Christmas time, gingerbread.
That would be quite fun, wouldn't it? Well, anyway, enough about gingerbread for just a moment or two. We've coloured in our house. We do exactly the same technique to our other house. And then all we've gone ahead and done is we've done that all over that piece. We've coloured in that beautiful little fox as well. He is just the cutest little fox there with his hat on, with his scarf on. I mean, once again, his scarf could be football club themed. I'm thinking I should have done that in red and white. That was a bit remiss of me, wasn't it? Oh, well, he's there in his lovely little thermals and you've got your
gorgeous.
houses. How cute is that? But in order to fold this into a stepper card, I did say it was a stepper card. That first score line there, you're going to fold it in a mountain fold. The next one is going to go back on itself into a valley fold. How have I managed to get so covered in ink? Lily, what have you been doing? We've only been on the show 45 minutes and I'm already covered in ink. Oh,
I'm
dear.
covered in ink and I've ruined my nails because my nails are all black underneath because I dropped all the ink pads on the floor and then I couldn't pick them up because my nails are too long. So I was chasing them and we said actually that'd be quite a good game.
Oh, no.
To see how quickly we can't pick up the
No,
ink
because
pads.
I'm having my nails done tonight, so they'll be even worse come Friday. It'd be impossible. Mind you, though, the ink does come off your nails. I promise you, it will come off. It's a familiar thing where I'll go and have my nails done that evening. I'll go back home to my craft room. Next thing I know, I've got ink on them. I've got gilding paste on them. I've got all the. Oh no, the perils of being a crafter, eh? And it does help as well, Lily, if you take the lid off of your glue. The amount of times I've done that is silly. But once again, we're taking some of our papers. This time it's from the 12 by 12 inch Holly and Ivy paper. No, it's not. Telling Porkies, it's a 6 by 6 inch this time. We used a 12 by 12 for the last one. So it's just that smaller sort of scaled down version with your 6 by 6. A little bit of our colour all-purpose onto the back. And we've got a matte and lay that's going to go onto that back panel and one which will go on the front as well. You could tell when I was prepping these, I had my red luxury cardstock out, didn't you? Blimey.
Yeah, definitely. Those colours work so well together, that kind of sort of creamy brown colour with the gingerbread. It really works,
It does, doesn't it? And that lovely pop of red just finishes it off. Now I'm trying to work out which is the right way around. It's been a long time since I read any music, but that looks good enough to me.
I think so.
No one will know any otherwise. We will be popping a little sentiment on the front as well, so it will cover that up slightly, should I so have popped it on the wrong way round. So that's just going to nestle onto the bottom there. And then if we just open that out, we've got our larger panel at the back where our bigger panel of pattern paper and our lovely red satin card is going to go. So let's just pop that at the top there. I absolutely love that poinsettia design around the edge. The way it sort of frames the paper is just stunning. Do think we've still got some of these paper pads left on the website if you do want to have a little look for your Nature's Garden Holly and Ivy. And then what we've got now is we've got a couple of sentiments. But because these stamps are all separate, so with these, if I just show you inside, we have the die, which is one piece, which just makes it a lot easier. But all of your stamps are actually separate designs. None of those are joined together. And what that allows you to do is it allows you to actually stamp those out and use them completely separately from the die. So what we've gone ahead and done is we've taken that gorgeous little fox, we've stamped him out on just literally a scrap of cardstock, and then we've coloured him in using exactly the same colourways that we did for our finished card. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop our sentiment. We're going to have joyful greetings from our home to yours. So we'll take a few foam pads, as always. You know what I'm like for foam pads. An absolute foam pad fiend. Foam pads go onto just about everything. It's very hard for me to make a card without a foam pad, but it does make a big difference in terms of giving you that extra bit of dimension, that little bit of lift. which does just finish your cards off beautifully. So we'll have joyful greetings, that will go at the top there, just like so. And then at the bottom we'll have our from our home to yours. I think that's a really lovely sentiment, something really quite heartfelt about having that. So maybe it's going to be from your family to another family. That would be beautiful to have that, and that's going to go onto that bottom right hand side. And then that perfect finishing touch is going to be this gorgeous little foxy on his own. You could have done slightly different colourways, so maybe they were like siblings. You could even be multiple stamping these and building up a whole composition. And don't think you always have to use the dies. You could create a full card that was just with the foxes without the dies, or just a full card with the houses without the dies. That choice is entirely yours. So lots of different options with this fabulous collection. But he's just going to sit onto the bottom of there, just like so. Showing you the slightly different card shape with this one. So you've got your lovely stepper card where you've got your design at the front there, which it has that perspective to the back there. It is slipping about on the glass mat, but I promise you it does stand absolutely perfectly. But how cute is that little guy there? And the houses just makes me want to eat gingerbread. It looks good enough to eat.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I really like that. That's gorgeous. And lots of people liking this. And Wendy says, those papers are so pretty. And Angela says, I love this card. Anne says, I made a gingerbread rocking horse once.
Oh my goodness, that sounds incredible.
That was a lot of work. Had intended it to the centrepiece on Christmas table. It came out nice. However, on Christmas Eve, it got quite warm and humid, and the whole thing collapsed. It was my one and only try at 3D gingerbread.
No.
Never mind, then you can eat it. I think if it doesn't collapse, you feel like you can't break into it. You know, maybe it was deliberate. The gingerbread wanted to be eaten. That's what it was. So whilst we have these Festive Edge stamp and die sets, we've got this beautiful showstopper here. We've also got some other bits and pieces for you. We've got some glitter glue.
Ooh.
Everyone likes a bit of glitter glue. The first one we've got is your Festive Frost. So the red, green and the iridescent. We've also got all that glitters, which is 3 bottles of that iridescent glitter, so you'll be able to use that for all sorts of different things. And this next one is your precious pastels. So you've got a lilac, a purple and also a turquoise. This one is your glittering ballroom, so you have a black, silver and a gold. And then this one is your sparkling florals with a sort of deep purple, a bright green and a pink. To show you on the boards, you can actually sort of see them a little bit. You can't see that one, so that's not that one. But it's iridescent, yeah, exactly. So you can see here how that shines. These are brilliant. If you've got a little bit of glitter and you want to just make these little dewdrops, you can do that in all the colours that you want. You can see all of those different colours and all that glitter in there. Gorgeous selection here. So the price for these, all of them, is that the price for everything? That's a really good deal, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different packs, £25 or $25. Platinum price is just £20 or $20. I've got these. They are so useful because you use them for all sorts of different things, not just Christmas. Next thing I'm going to show you are the tri-blends. So Lily's been using tri-blends to colour all of those little designs. Now these ones are tri-blend brush pens. So they work in exactly the same way, but they've got a different nib to them. So you've got 3 different colours, or 3 different tones of a colour in there. So you've got the light, medium and the dark. Those are the colours that you're going to be getting in this pack. Really useful to have these, even if you've got the other tri-blends, to have the brush effect, because you get different kinds of ways of using them. I've seen Lily and everyone else doing sort of beautiful sort of strokes when you're doing hair and things like that. They really lend themselves to be used in that way. £59.99 or $89.99. That's a 25% saving, but you save even more if you're platinum, and that's £47.99 or $71.99. Really good value. These are my favourite pens, I have to be honest, but Lily has every pen, she's just told us, in the world. I doubt Lily's got a favourite pen.
Asking me what my favourite, if anything, is a very dangerous question. Very dangerous.
Is it like choosing your favourite, someone choosing their favourite child?
It's probably worse, to be honest with you. It's probably worse. I have to say, I never use my aqua pens as much as I should, and every time I go to use them, I'm like, I love using my aqua pens. I always forget. But for me, I love my tri-blends. Probably my tri-blend brush I use more than my regular tri-blends, but of course you've got to have both. And my illustrators, I do love my illustrators. They are just beautiful. That nib Colouring with that is an absolute dream. But I'm going to choose every single pen I own because I don't choose favourites, because why on earth not? And I love all the things like the metallic pens, metallic paint markers. I use those an awful lot. All of them, all of the above, thank you. Every single one of those.
Okay, Nicola's just given us a challenge. Oh, this is.
I love a challenge.
I'm going to open this and I'm going to see if Lily can tell me what colour it is.
Okay.
I'll do that in a minute. How
is that going to work?
Huh?
What do you mean? How am I going to?
Well, I'm just going to show it to you and you're going to go, oh, that is, and you'll tell me what the name is.
But then it has the name on the barrel.
Well, you're not going to see that, but you're just going to see the colour.
Okay. Okay.
Well, if I can ever get this open, there are no scissors over here.
Do you want me to bring some scissors?
No, I'm using a pen.
Oh. Being resourceful, as always.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay, here we go. Ooh.
Lily.
All I can see is a pen. Okay, we're getting in on the close. Let's have a look who we've got. That is going to be light yellow blend.
Light yellow bag.
Thank you very much. You can tell you have too many pens when you can get that answer right. Here we go.
Okay.
Who's that going to be?
You're only actually seeing two of the colours because I can't show
I
you
know,
the
it makes it harder. Earth Brown Extend.
She's good. She's good. I'm going to do one more.
I think everyone at home is thinking this is a point, Lily, where we need to stage intervention. You are doing too much colouring. You're too obsessed with pens. This is the breaking point now. This is a fun game. I'm just thinking that the game on Friday, we're both on Friday Night Live together. Can we have this as a game? I might win that one then.
No, because I've got no chance of winning.
Well.
That way.
Who's that then?
Well, that's
I think that is, and I always get the name slightly wrong with this one, Antique Pink Blend. Yes, thank you very much. I finally found my niche.
I'm very impressed. I am very impressed. And oh dear, these pens seem to have been opened.
Oh no! We'll just have to play this game for the rest of the show. I'm quite enjoying this. Hey, this afternoon I might not do any work. I might just play that game. Oh, one more. Oh, maybe two more. Oh, they're still really spoiling me today. I don't know what I've done to deserve this. This is very fun. It's very fun. But quite often as well, when I prep my demos, I don't write down the pen names that I've used. So when I come into the studio, I have to look at the finished sample. I have to guess what colours I've used. It's a little fun little game. So that was my practice. Right, have we got another one? What's it going to be?
Okay, I've chosen one that matches my top.
Oh, you have? It's between one of two. And it's the end colour that I need to know it. But I'm going to stick my neck out. And I'm going to say Fair Skin Extend.
It's not.
It's not. It's Coral Extend.
It is Coral Extend. But yeah, like you say, I am
I needed the last colour.
That one. And maybe I can, if I do that, then...
Yes.
Well, actually, I'm not going to make it any easier for Lily. She's doing very, very well.
So I've just got one wrong. This is not okay.
Yeah, but you...
Oh.
Yeah, you're
very, very sad.
Right, this one.
True Blue Extend. This is actually, I'm always scaring myself here. Blooming heck.
Do this. I can't believe you know this.
I know, neither can I. Magenta Blend. No. Oh, it's Bright Pink Extend.
Yeah.
Yay! Got that in the end.
Very impressive, Lily. I think, you know, most people would be amazed with that. And now I feel I want to actually fiddle around with all the barrels and take them all apart and fool you.
This will be such a fun game. I feel like this is going to be our afternoon sorted, isn't it? I'm not going to get much work done this afternoon. Just going to be testing Lily on the pens. Ink pads will be another good one, actually. That'd be quite fun.
I am so impressed with... Amanda says she's treated herself to her first set of brush pens to try at the weekend. You won't be disappointed because they are absolutely gorgeous. And Kathy says, Lily, you are really good. You are really good.
What, I'm guessing pen names? I know it's a bit spooky, is it? I've scared myself.
Who chooses the names of the pens?
I don't know, but I would also love to know. It's not me, because I would probably come up with probably awful names, but I can imagine it's probably Leanne's team.
Oh, I'd quite like that job, actually.
Be quite fun, wouldn't it? We could have all sorts of names, couldn't we? Be quite fun. But the Illustrator pens have got some quite fun names.
Which pens?
Illustrator pens, because not only they've got the code, but they've also got names as well. One of them's like Salad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's one called Salad. Yeah.
I think maybe later on, I think I might, wait, when we have a little break, I
Yeah,
might go and
plenty on
steal
there
a
to
few
have a look
pens
at.
and see if we can not fool Lily, but see if Lily can really show her prowess with her 1,000 pens. Yeah, we can test everybody.
Craig will be a quite good one to play up against because I feel like Craig will be quite good at that.
And
we could get quite competitive.
We'll have to see. If you're just joining us, we have been all talking about this fantastic collection that we've got here. So these are our new launch. These are your festive stamp and dice edge. Festive? Why can't I speak? Festive Edge stamp and die set that you've got here. So you can get these all separately, or you can take advantage of the showstopper that we have. So you can get all 5 of these stamp and die sets. You can get the pen set, and you can pay an extra £10 or $10, and you get a little bundle full of fun. So we can't tell you what's in it, but it will be the equivalent of £44 or $54. The only thing I'm going to show you is this. So this might be in it. So these are some die-cut 3D Christmas topper pad here. So that might be in it. I'm not going to show you any of the other bits and pieces because we don't know what's going to be in it, but you're going to be getting for £10 the value of £44 or $54. Oh, so we've got an idea. So it was how many pen names can Lily identify in 1 minute? Should we do it? Should we do it now?
With the tri-blends?
Well, yeah, I need more pens, don't I?
Need more
'Cause we
pens?
can't
Well, there's
just
plenty over there.
Right. Lily, you talk for a minute. I'm going to go and
Okay.
rummage.
Well, I'm going to show you, we are going to be doing this for the next demonstration, but just if you guys at home have tuned in and you've not seen this concept before, these are, hello! See, she's really in the same studio. In case people are wondering if we're in separate studios, we're in the same studio. She's literally just over there. Anyway, the concept with these, maybe you saw our cute animal over the edge stamps and dies. I think we brought them about 2 years ago. These are the same sort of idea, but they are with dies and stamps in a festive theme this time round. So for each and every single set, you will get your die. It doesn't look like an awful lot in itself. Probably not going to use that on its own, but it is super, super important for use with your stamps. You're going to die cut first, that will give you your edge. And then you bring in these absolutely adorable little stamps. So this one, we've got our penguins, and I'm hearing in my ear, these are actually our most popular today, and I can see why they're definitely Becky's favourite. They are absolutely adorable. You get your 3 separate stamps there with the characters and your igloo. Of course, you can use those separately. You don't have to use those just alongside that fantastic edge die. But you've also got your couple of sentiments as well, and I love the fact that with these, you've got something a little bit quirky, a little bit fun with your Have an Ice Day, and you've got your Have a Magical Christmas. When you bring your stamps and your dies together, you can create cards like that one that you can see on the packaging, or I will give you a little sneaky peek of the one that we will create in just a few moments after I've been put to the test guessing these pens. That is what we're going to be creating. I know Becky showed you just a few moments ago some of those glitter glues we have actually used on the border of that that little sort of snowdrift there. We've used some of the glitter glues, that lovely iridescent one there. So just it goes to show how you can use those alongside your stamps and dies as well. But we will be creating that one in just a few moments' time.
Gorgeous, like that. Right.
Oh,
We've got a
okay.
countdown clock. That was my countdown clock.
It was lovely, beautiful. Who needs sound effects when you got Becky?
I can't hear anyone.
Oh, you can't hear anyone?
No.
Oh, they're here. They are here.
Hold on a minute.
Oh, she's gone. She's gone. She's unplugged herself.
Hold on a minute.
All of that jiggery pokery coming over.
I was
she's
too
unplugged herself.
excited.
I have to say.
I was thinking, Nicky's very quiet.
Yes, she was thinking, oh,
Hello.
nobody's talking to me. You back?
Okay.
So.
Okay, so it's going to be on Nicola's phone, so we haven't got a countdown clock. But, right, you ready, Lily?
I'm getting quite nervous now.
Okay,
I'm
ready?
Are you going to cover them all up, or I'm going to actually be able to see them? Because that was.
I'm going to have to
me.
show you like that.
I can't see that. That's the one. Thank you.
Yeah.
Tan blend.
No.
Gold yellow blend.
Yeah.
Light green blend. Dull green blend. Orange blend. Orange blend.
No.
Why has it got an OR on the side then?
I don't know.
I'm very confused.
This is, doesn't have...
Burnt orange blend.
This is coral blend.
Oh, coral blend, okay, doke.
This one here.
I can't quite see it in shot. Magenta blend.
Yep.
Gold brown blend.
Yep.
Lavender blend.
Yep.
It's a tricolour aqua.
Ah, I tried to
I don't know all them ones. I'm good, but I'm not that good.
You got 5.
That was not very good, I'm not going to lie. I'm quite disappointed. Very disappointed, in fact.
It was. We did put you under pressure and you didn't have any preparation for it, did you?
didn't.
We didn't say, Lily. And then, Lily, you've got the fun job of putting everything back in order because I know you get really upset when they're not in order.
No, I'm not the one that's bothered
No,
about
you're
that. That's
not.
Liam.
Oh,
I just
is that
put
Liam
back
that
wherever
doesn't
they go.
like
Yeah,
that?
Liam doesn't.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah.
just going to put them in randomly.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not going to do that.
Good job you didn't say that on camera, right?
Have you got more demos for us to see?
Nah, I just thought I'd just do...
Oh.
No, I'm joking. Of course I am. I've got another couple to share with you guys. Can you imagine if I was just like, no, we're just going to guess pens for the rest of the show? After how I've just shown myself up there, no more guess of pens. I'm incredibly embarrassed. No more. Anyway, back to our festive penguins, which is actually proving the most popular. Don't forget, you can go for all of them individually. And this is Becky's favourite as well.
Absolutely.
Just adorable. Look, he's just having the time of his life. I mean, both of them are actually. He looks slightly scared. I think he's thinking I might fall off this sledge any moment now. So that's definitely me, that one on the right there on the sledge. You've got your igloo as well, which is just absolutely fabulous and it's going to be super useful for lots of your festive makes. Now this time round we're starting off with a piece of our multi-purpose card cut down to 9 inches by 6 inches, and we've just popped a tiny little score line. You can just about see that on the left and right hand side at halfway, so that's at 4.5 inches left and right, literally not even a centimetre in with that one, so just a tiny little score line. And then we're going to bring in our die. As always, die cut first and then stamp. I find that so much easier rather than doing it the other way around. I did try both, and because all of your stamps are separate, it's really difficult to stamp and then line up your die afterwards to get that spacing right. So definitely do go in with your die first and then you can bring your stamps into play. Now with this one, because we're going to keep it as a folded card, we're not going to cut away any of that top section. Essentially, none of this piece of cardstock is actually waste, so you do just want to take a little bit of care with your taping. Perhaps use a piece of tape that's a little bit older, don't use a fresh one. You know what I'm like, I always put my tape on the side of the machine. Obviously, I was on the last show Friday night, and I've come back in Monday morning, my tape's still on the side of the machine, so definitely reusing that. You know, I never like anything to go to waste. So the fact you can use your low-tack tape basically until it gets to the point where it's no longer tacky at all. It's not a low-tack tape, it's a no-tack tape. That's when you bin it. I think that's quite good saying. Who needs Ben? I'm bringing out all the catchphrases here on this Monday afternoon. Definitely not got quite as many jokes in my locker as he does. So
I don't know how Ben does it. I don't know how he remembers the jokes. I only remember the rude jokes.
Do you think he like revises on an evening?
Pardon?
Do you think he just sits there on an evening revising, remembering all these? I bet he does.
I do.
He does.
I don't think he's actually gone on holiday.
Where do you think he's gone?
To a joke masterclass.
Joke
trip
school for 2 weeks.
It's just, he's just been fed one-liners into his brain.
dear.
So he can come up with all the great gags that he does.
Oh dear, in 2 weeks' time it's going to be absolutely unbearable, isn't it, with all those jokes that he comes back with. Oh dear, Ben, we miss you already, but
we do miss you,
will be back.
Ben.
Yeah, we do. We miss our team when they're not here. When you're not here for a little while, Becky, we're like, where's our Becky? We've got her for all this week, though.
I know, that's
quite
really
good.
sick of me by the... Well,
No.
by about, no, 2. But I always think, we think when people go on holiday, like, I haven't seen Debbie Fisher since before her holiday.
She's on holiday again now, you know.
Is she?
Yeah.
Well, it's
She's
a bit
off
like
all week.
Tracy. Tracy's always on holiday.
Tracy usually has like the odd day off. Tracy's rarely off for like a full length of time, like a whole week. She usually has the odd day here and there.
She just times that really well for the times that I'm in.
Well, you could say it's coincidence.
Yeah.
You could say she checks the calendar. Who
Probably not.
knows? Who knows? I'm not here to start any rumours at all. That would be nothing like me whatsoever.
Are you going away?
Oh, if only. I would love to go away, Becky, but no. I've not even got a day off booked. I'm always here.
Have you not?
No, I've not.
But this is your happy place anyway, isn't it?
It is my happy place. You know I love being here. So, yeah, I will be here for many days. I'm here for a few days on screen this week, me and you, Becky, which is quite exciting. Got Thursday. We've got a little craft along on Thursday.
Yeah.
We've got another launch on Friday, which is quite exciting. And then we've got the rematch, haven't we? Friday Night Live. We knew what happened last week on the game. So we'll have to see, can it be 2-0? Can it be 1-1?
We've come up with a good game.
We have me guessing the pens.
Yeah, we've already suggested. No.
Well, Becky can have a go. She's got plenty of days to revise.
What, the pen thing? I'm not going to be able to do that.
Of course you
It's
are.
pink. That one's blue.
That one's a pretty colour.
That one's blue.
I know Nicola's saying you're guaranteed win, Lily.
Yeah.
That's why I want to play it, Nicola. I don't like losing. I struggle. If I lose, I really do struggle. So, not as bad as I do.
I don't like to lose.
Neither do I.
You know.
It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. I mean, me last night after football, I was pretty much inconsolable. I didn't know whether to go to bed and just cry myself to sleep. I didn't know whether to stay up and watch all the announcements. I didn't know what to do with myself. It was awful. It was awful.
I always think it is really sad. Whoever doesn't win, and it's just the disappointment on everyone. They're just gutted. And you're absolutely right. They did amazingly well to get where they got. But whenever there's a match or whenever anyone doesn't win, I always feel really sorry for the people at the back, even if it's like athletics. So like the last person that comes in, I always think I should give them the biggest cheer. So I always feel quite sorry for them. But
I'm not a good loser, I've got to say, yeah. I was so nervous last night beforehand and I thought, is it coming home? How are we going to do? And then by the end, I was exhausted. I could have played those 90 minutes. I was just as exhausted. The emotion. And I even managed to miss our one goal. I popped down to the kitchen for about a minute, literally about a minute I was downstairs, came back upstairs and I sat down and looked at the screen. I was, I've missed the one goal.
typical.
The one good part of the whole game, I managed to miss it. Oh dear. Nicola, how dare you? In my she's saying I'm the opposite of a lucky charm. If I hadn't have watched, we would have won. Well, that's just absolute slander, is that? I'm not having that. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Maybe I should have left the room more often. Every time I left the room, maybe we would have scored. Oh dear, maybe I'm the one to blame. Oh, what a terrible thought. Oh well, back to our happy place, back to our colouring, so we can forget all the troubles of the world. So we're going to colour our igloo, and this is once again like we were talking about earlier, how adding colour, a little bit of grey, a little bit of blue to items which would sort of appear perhaps white in real life. It just makes them pop a lot more, makes them look a lot more realistic, which will give you a lovely finished effect. So we're going in with our ice grey blend, which is one of the colourways that you actually get as part of that pack of tri-blends, which is part of your collection. So we're going in once again with our lightest colour tone, and then we're working up those shades until we get to the darkest colour. Now with your white objects, don't colour over the whole area with your grey. Make sure you're leaving a few areas white. You're just bringing in those colours into the dark areas where it's going to be most shaded, and that's going to really start to bring this to life. All the clues have been laid down in that stamp already, so all the areas where you've got the most lines, that's where it's going to be a little bit darker. So it's just literally colouring by following those lines. Nice and easy, you don't have to be precise at all. It's just about adding a little bit of shading down to stop it from looking quite so stark white onto our cardstock. So that's our grey that we've laid down onto that. Then that finishing little touch to really make this pop and make it look a little bit more realistic is to bring in your ice blue blend. And we're going in with our lightest, which is our IB1. And all we're going to do is we're just going to pop a little bit of our colour, perhaps just onto those little, you can see where you've got the little horizontal lines there. Just a little bit onto there to add that little cool pop of colour onto there. And that is going to give that really lovely icy frosty look. Now what you could be doing is you could be adding additional finishes onto here. So it could be your sparkle pens to give it that lovely glittery finish. You could be even adding a little bit of your glitter glues over the top, your puffy snow, your faux snows, all those goodies that we collect and perhaps we hoard. I know I certainly do, and we have in our crafty stash. Those are just going to really bring your projects to life and just give them that extra little bit of je ne sais quoi, so to speak.
Je ne sais quoi.
Get me bilingual. Well, not quite. I managed to say one phrase. I'm not quite bilingual, but close enough. There we go. So what we're going to do is just going to speed this up. And you might have noticed every single time I've coloured during this show, and it's the same every single time I colour at home or on the shows, I always have a piece of scrap cardstock underneath. And this doesn't have to be fancy card, it doesn't have to be alcohol-proof card. It just makes sure that as you colour through, that ink will go through to the other side of the card. You don't want that pooling on your glass mat. So you want something that's going to be absorbent underneath, so it's going to suck the card into that, rather than letting it sort of pool on the glass mat and then potentially be sucked back up into your finished piece. So here we've just gone ahead and we've coloured the other little guys onto there. These are just adorable. Then in order to form this into a card, we're just going to fold back. Remember, we had that tiny little score line left and right. We're just going to fold back on that, and that creates us our lovely 10th fold card with that special touch on the top of the fold there. Now what I sometimes do with these is, because you have sort of like a little bit of excess of cardstock underneath on the back there, because those are slightly irregular shapes, and sometimes as you fold that flat, they can get a little bit caught. You can see that's getting caught there onto our stamped image. All I tend to do, just to sort of combat that, just get that so it's untangled there. Just grab your scissors, and those little overhanging bits, I just tend to cut those away, and that's going to give you a neater finish when this actually folds flat, just like so. Now if you want to cover that back piece there, you can cut another piece of cardstock that's the same size as your card base and stick that inside, but just for speed, and just because it still looks fabulous as it is, we'll leave that just like so. Now next up, let's bring in some more of our beautiful pattern papers. Now this one is actually from our Sarah Signature Frosty and Bright, but you can see this is double-sided.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of you at home love this paper pad as much as I did, and you probably, quite likely now, have run out. Now, you may very well have to tune in tomorrow at 12 p.m. Our Leanne's in, and it's going to be a fabulous launch. Do you remember the My Special Papers box 1 and 2?
Yeah.
You might be able to complete the collection of 3. There might be a Christmas one coming tomorrow.
Ooh,
Who
really?
knows? And that lovely Frosty and Bright design might be part of that My Special paper.
Nice.
So if you have run out of this, and I have to say I'm literally down to scraps of my Frosty and Bright paper pad now. I was delighted when I found out that that was one of the ranges featured in the My Special Christmas Papers box coming to Crafters TV tomorrow. It is fabulous, just the same as all of the others, equally fabulous like the other 2 have been. And if you do already have the first 2 in your collection, you know that you're going to need the 3rd one. You don't want a gap in your collection. So do tune in tomorrow and you'll be able to recreate this card by adding in the My Special papers. Now what we've done for this part, I want a little bit of grounding here. I want almost like a snowdrift. So I've just taken a piece of white cardstock. I've just cut the edge just with a pair of scissors so it's a little bit wavy. And then I've taken one of those glitter glues. That's the iridescent one, the one that you couldn't see at all on the board. But it does exist, I promise you. It's super, super sparkly in real life. And we've just edged the very top of that there with some of that glitter to give it that lovely sparkly touch. I have to say, if you can't have glitter and sparkle at Christmas, when can you, quite frankly? So that is the perfect time to be bringing out all of those glitters, all those lovely goodies that we have in our crafty stash. I've got one of the sentiment stamps here. This is Have a Magical Christmas. Once again, part of the collection, so you're not having to look elsewhere even for your sentiments, which I just absolutely adore. That's going to go on the top left-hand side there. And then just to finish off, down that bottom right-hand side, we've got that adorable little penguin there. All we've done is we've actually stamped that same technique as we did on that last card. We've stamped it, we've cut it out using it without the die, so just showing you a slightly different effect with these without using the die. They still look equally fabulous, just a little bit of a different technique. So he's just going to be sort of skating alongside our little snowdrift there, and that is your finished card, all done and good to go. Super simple, just using that beautiful stamp and die at the top there, a little extra at the bottom. How sweet is that? But you can easily create that once you get these fabulous stamps and dies in your crafty stash.
I love that. Oh, I love that. Frosty and Bright was one of my favourite Christmas collections, and I love those colours. But that is with the penguins. Oh my goodness! Oh, so cute. Gorgeous. Really, really like that. Loads of you loving what we're seeing here today. Pat says thank you, Lily, for the tip about the alcohol markers. It's happened to me because I colour so slowly. Linda says she feels like she's a jinx when she watches her favourite American football team.
Oh.
When they don't, she doesn't watch, they win, and when they do. When she does watch, they lose. So you don't want to do that. And we've still got a few people messaging in about the kind of things that they've given away. So Deb says she gave away some CC products to a good friend. That's always nice. Maybe you brought extra when you went to the pop-up shop at the weekend, and you're going to give some of those gifts away. It is National Giving Away a Gift. Is that what it was called?
Something
Giving
like
away
that.
day.
Yeah, giving away.
Giving away day.
That could be, I just think that could be to do with like weddings, couldn't it? You're giving away the bride. Or is it, maybe that's what it means. Who knows?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
It's Give Something Away Day. It's a little bit like Shower a Friend Day that we had. And I was like, what do you
shower a friend? Oh dear.
Do you give them a
that
wash?
doesn't sound too positive. What friends do you need to shower?
Or you're showering them with compliments.
Well, that's what you'd hope it would be.
Yeah.
But who knows? Who does know?
Right, we're going to go for a quick break. We'll give you the opportunity to check out your baskets. We'll see you in a couple of moments.
Tea first, and then from there it'll be meetings, and they could be commercial meetings, they could be creative meetings, I could be supporting one of my team. I also manage a large team, so it could be one-to-ones with those. Every day is different. Always a predominant focus on the products, how they're working, the new products that we're bringing out, a lot of research and development. When we get to see the finished article, way before anybody at home gets to see it, and it arrives and we get to it and experience it and try it, that gives us all a massive buzz. I can't be getting out of bed too early, and I like to get to bed 9 or 10 p.m. Tea all day long, black, no sugar, thank you. Miss breakfast, which isn't great, and if I have something when I come in the office, then that's going to be yogurt, fruit. My face, all of the makeup that makes this. Nobody's seeing this without that on. Probably a baked potato or a salad or something egg-based. Oh, craft along a masterclass. I'm going to say masterclass, and that's because I love to educate. One song that would be the theme tune to my life, it would be Billy Ocean, Red Light Spells Danger. Pour a gin and tonic. First thing I do. Get in the house, gin and tonic, decompress the day, and then plan what I'm going to do that night.
My day-to-day life is pretty busy in work. I get in the door, I check my polls, I then check what I've got to demo, I then get everything ready, and it's just busy, busy, busy from there. I have a meeting with the producer, the director, and sorted for the shows, talk to the presenter, and it depends what side I'm on. I mean, sometimes I'm doing the presenting side, sometimes I'm doing the demonstration side, and I love both. It's actually who I get to work with. That's, yeah, I can't say no more than that. Anybody that works here, we are a big family. We're so super friendly. I love Ben. I love it when we work together, and I don't mean that I don't love anyone else. It's the fact that Ben is the presenter and then I'm demonstrating, and we just have this great rapport. Same with Craig, same with Deb, same with the whole team. So yeah, the best part of the day is just getting to work with the best people in the industry. Oh, a night out. In the morning. Oh, none. I only drink water. Oh, well, I'm cutting out sugar, so it's got to be savoury. Masterclass. Oh, I can't leave the house without my lipstick. Oh, I love a baked potato. I relax, so I literally drive home normally and then I relax. Hello everybody, welcome back. Honestly, it's been months since I've seen Debbie Fisher. I'd forgotten what she looked like, so it was a good thing that that was on. Otherwise I wouldn't have known. We're talking about the Festive Edge stamp and die set that we've got here. So this is a brand new launch. These are absolutely gorgeous. We have a showstopper for you, but obviously you'll be able to break that down and have other bits and pieces and just cherry pick throughout. You've got 5 different designs here. Each one features stamps and also the die to cut out the edge of these designs. We've also got a collection of tri-blends, all in the colours that are going to work beautifully with these. In the showstopper, you buy all of these, you pay an extra £10 or $10, and you will get a goodie bag. not this particular goodie bag, and I can't show you what's inside the goodie bag, apart from this one because I couldn't fit it into the goodie bag. Now there will be a value of up to £44 or $54 for an extra £10. So it's definitely worth doing, and you're going to get everything there. And they're all going to be Christmas themed items in there, so don't think you're going to be getting some Easter eggs. Oh, quite like an Easter egg, but you know what I mean. It's all going to be Christmassy stuff. The price for that is £65 or $85. The platinum price is £52 or $68. Obviously, you pay that extra £10 and get that bundle there. To show you what you're actually going to be getting in here, you've got these absolutely beautiful designs. You've got that die that's going to cut the edge of the design out, and you've got all those stamps, including some sentiments. So this first one is your snowy village. This one is, what did we hear? It was called a melt of snowmen, or jolly snowmen. This one is your festive penguins. Oh, that's my favourite. This one is Santa's sleigh. And finally, this one is your home for Christmas. Beautiful, beautiful. And Lily showed us some fantastic samples earlier on. And Lily, you've got another demonstration for us, haven't you?
I certainly have. This time we're going to use the melt of snowmen.
Melt of snowmen.
It makes me really sad, that. I don't want them melted. I want them nice and icy and firm and not melting away. It's no good. Oh well. Anyway, we'll use the snowmen. This one is called the Jolly Snowmen, and that sums it up perfectly. They certainly are a jolly little group of their snowmen. They're just absolutely beautiful. They've all got their own individual little personalities. That one's got his Christmas lights. Quite proud there that he's not got all the knots and tangles in his Christmas lights. They're all been untangled. He's got the little one there with his Christmas present. You've got the one hugging that very small little Christmas tree, and you've got the one that's dressed himself up as a reindeer. They're all super, super cute. 4 of those different snowman stamps, and then you get 2 of your sentiments as well alongside your edgeable style die. But we're actually going to start with this one with building up our card base, and for this one we're doing a little bit of a fold back card. So starting off with a 6 inches by 5 inches card base, and then we've scored it halfway obviously, and then half again to create that fold back element. Some more papers once again from that beautiful Sarah Signature Frosty and Bright, and make sure you do tune in tomorrow at 12 o'clock because we have got that My Special Papers box which has got some of these beautiful designs in, so perfect to restock if you are running low on your Frosty and Bright. Just thought it worked perfectly as well with our gorgeous little snowman. So we're just going to mat and layer that onto some of our craft card stock. So just a thin 1/4 inch border all around the edge of our mat and layer there. When I say 1/4 inch border, I always go to say 1/4 inch seam allowance, and it's not. It's a border. No seam allowances here. We'll leave the sewing to Becky.
Although that made perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe I should say that if I'm on with you, Becky, I'll say we're going to leave a 1/4 inch seam allowance all around the outside. But that nice little thin border there just has enough of that colour showing, that lovely craft card colour showing to draw your eye into the centre, but it doesn't sort of overshadow our lovely pattern paper that we've got in the middle. Then 2 more sort of matching mats and layers to go on the first 2 sections of our card base. So we've got one which will go onto that centre there, and then we've got a matching one that will go on the left, and once again same pattern paper, this time matted onto our craft card once again.
I do like a bit of craft card.
See, I love it. I absolutely love craft card. I get through tons of this. I think it just gives you that lovely, it's like a really homely, rustic feel.
That's not the reason we like it, Lily. It's because it reminds us of gingerbread.
Oh wow, this is true. See, gingerbread is homely and rustic, so that was sort of what I was saying, to be fair. But yeah, lovely. I just love that, and it pops that lovely sort of brown colour tone that you've got in the leaves in the centre. So that's our card base all good to go, but we have got an additional element to this card base, and this is actually exactly the same length as that card, so it's 12 inches in length, but we've just cut it down to 3 inches in width, and it's got exactly the same score line. So you've got your halfway, you've got your 1/4 away, and you've got that full section there. We're actually going to flip this though this time round, so we've got that large section on the left hand side. We'll bring in our Gemini die cut in place, and we're going to take our die here, and you can see he fits for about half of that card. So what we're going to do is we are actually going to die cut this twice. So it's quite interesting when you've got the silhouette, it looks like all sorts of different shapes. So what can you see in this silhouette? It's like when you look at clouds, isn't it? I assure you these are the snowman dies, but they could be all sorts, couldn't they, when you just look at the die on its own. But we'll just tape that down there onto that left-hand side. So we've got an even spacing between that left-hand side and then up to that first score line. And all we're going to do is we're just going to run that through our die cutting machine just like so. Working with 300 GSM card bases for all of these cards that I'm creating. I'd shut the door again. Why do I do that? Why do I shut the door? And then obviously it's the plates trying to get out the back and there's a closed door. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Make sure you are using a nice strong cardstock for your card bases. Here we're using our multi-purpose card, which is perfect for this with it being a thicker 300 GSM. So you're going to know that it will hold its shape perfectly once you do start to construct your cards. So all we need to do is just free this left-hand section there at the top. So just cut away that section there, and then we'll cut that side a little bit more neatly when we have finished our card. I don't know what I've managed to get on that. It's a bit of cardstock. There we go. Sometimes the little fibres on your plates can almost like embed themselves onto your cardstock as it moves through the die cutting machine, which is why it's always important to try and keep your plates as clean as you possibly can, which is me doing a very much as do as I say, not as I do, as per usual. Right, let's line this up there. So we've got our second design. So all it is for when we're creating our Z-fold cards, we just need to repeat that design twice, and that's going to fit on perfectly onto a 6x6 inch wide card. So let's make sure that I've not closed the back door for our die cutting machine, and that's going to go through perfectly. Now I want to try and pause this and reverse it, so I'm going to listen carefully. I think that's die cut. I'm going to reverse it back out. Just because I've got the die cut at the other side, I don't want to sort of run it back through, so it will slightly flatten that beveled edge. Not the end of the world by any stretch, but if you can, and I worry that I've not sent this through far enough, so I'll have to send it back through again, but we will find out. Was I too hasty? No, I was not. We were perfect there. That is no problem at all. So it just means that that piece that we've already die cut in that previous pass won't be flattened by running it back through the machine again. Just gives you a slightly neater finish. So that's our die cutting done there. Then all we need to do is just free that top part of cardstock. So just cut away that section there, and then where you've got that larger gap, you just need to cut between those two edges of the cut line, and then that will give you your one continuous piece. That could literally be as long as your piece of cardstock is. If you had a huge long piece of cardstock, like a piece of A3, it could be that length. It's just completely up to you how many times you want to actually repeat that die across the cardstock. So then at this point, we're going to bring in our stamping platform, and then we're going to do a little bit of stamping. So we bring our magnets into play.
Can I ask a question, Lily?
Of course you can.
So when you have something that's quite long like that,
Yeah.
you've not got the thing that you're stamping it goes over the little places where you put those feet for your stamp. So what do you do with something like that?
Oh, I just
don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It'll be absolutely fine. Yeah, it's been the same, I think, for all the others as well. None of them have quite fitted in, but you don't need to worry about that whatsoever. Now, I do tend to stamp these one at a time, and I'm thinking, shall I get away with doing a couple? Should we go for it?
Living life on the edge there.
Oh, I know, absolutely. This is risky crafting. Let's do a couple at a time. Obviously, we'll have to do each icon twice because we do have our sort of double piece with our couple of die cuts onto here. So what we're going to do is once again take one of our alcohol-proof ink pads, this one being our black, and we're just going to ink up those two absolutely adorable little snowmen. And we're not going to worry about that little peg there. We're not going to particularly press onto that one, to be fair. Our stamps aren't in that position, so we don't need to worry about it too much. So let's just stamp our two, oh, look at him, our two gorgeous little snowmen out. Every time I stamp these out, I'm billing and cooing because they're just totally adorable. Let's bring in our other two little snowmen here. So we've got our one with the top hat and the one that's hugging that little Christmas tree, which is ever so sweet. So let's line that up once again on the left-hand side. And it's super easy to line these up with them being clear stamps. So you don't have to sort of worry about where you're positioning them. You can see exactly where they are going to lay down. So let's pop them down and ink up our two stamps, just to make sure you've got a nice covering of ink all over those images. But of course, the beauty of your stamping platform is if you do miss a little bit when you're inking or when you are pressing down, then you can just go back in, re-ink, re-stamp, and you're going to get that perfect image second time round. So that's our first half, good to go. Then all we need to do is just move this through, feed it through your stamping platform, magnet down once again that right-hand side section, and it's rinse, repeat, exactly the same idea. We're just going to stamp these extra four.
Okay. Joanne says, it says 11-piece showstopper. The stamps and dies counted separately. I'm sorry if it's been explained before I got here. I didn't actually explain it. You've got 5 different stamps and die in the containers, in the packages, and you've got 6 pens. That's what the 11 pieces are, I believe. Is that right? 5 plus
so 5, so
6.
6. So that, I think, is there 4 items in the goodie bag? 5 items in the goodie bag?
And 5 items in the goodie bag. Yeah, okay.
6. Yeah.
5 items in the goodie bag. Right,
Yeah.
makes sense then.
5 sets of stamps and dies, 1 set of pens, and then your goodie bag goodies. Yeah, that makes sense.
5 items up to the value of £44 or $54 just for £10.
There's lots of goodies in there, believe you me. We don't know exactly what they're going to be, but we know they are all beautiful Christmas goodies, which some of them will actually complement this collection as well. If you want to sort of mix and match them, you can absolutely do that, which is fabulous. Like the topper pad that we've not kept that one too much of a secret. That one can definitely work with this collection too, if you want it to.
Especially if you've got snowmen in this one as well, haven't you?
You certainly have, yeah.
Cupcakes, Santas.
I love that topper pad. It's so useful, especially if you're thinking about those quick last-minute Christmas makes. That one is going to be absolutely ideal for that.
Smells nice too.
It does, it does. I am a self-confessed paper sniffer. There is no 2 ways about it. Yeah,
Paper
I love
sniffer
it.
and a fabric stroker.
Well, yeah, I'm also a paper stroker. I like to stroke all the pretty papers. Anybody who's watching at home who's not a crafter and is just tuned in thinking, what on earth have I just flicked onto here? What are they talking about? Paper stroking, paper sniffing? It's something that only crafters will understand. It was quite nice as well to see a lot of you at the pop-up shop on Saturday that sort of understood some of the, maybe the things that seem crazy to other people that crafters do that are totally normal to crafters. It was quite nice to be able to sort of share that with people who totally understood the crazy. Because when you talk to other people about paper pads and how many paper pads you've got, they think you need 1 or 2. It's like, no, you need all the paper pads, not all the paper pads. So yeah, it's nice that people understood that a little better, which was nice. Nicola is asking all the naughty questions today. This is just not
I wouldn't even dream of asking that question, Nicola. I just wouldn't.
Well, yes. Nicola's just reminded me of the fact that, yeah, I've destroyed a bookcase because the shelves fell off because of the sheer weight of paper pads beneath them. In all honesty, I couldn't really tell you how many paper pads I have. It's got to be hundreds.
Hundreds?
Oh, it's got to be. It's got to be hundreds. There's absolutely tons and tons. Some that go back many, many years. I tell you, some of you guys at home might remember this one I found the other day. Little 6x6 pad, there's literally only a couple of sheets left. Sarah signature just for men. How old was that? That must be a good 6 or 7 years old, that one. Found that one the other day. Can't bring myself to use the last couple of sheets, so that's just going to be knocking around for many years to come. But I don't know if anyone else gets like that. You get towards the last couple of sheets of your paper pad, you just can't bring yourself to use them. You can't fully finish off the paper pad. So I've got tons and tons of paper pads that are like almost finished, but not quite finished off because I can't quite take that leap. But I do love my paper pads.
But then if you use one up, then does that not mean you can go and buy more?
It does, but that's not the only reason you can buy more.
No, that's very true.
Yeah, but that was one of the things that got me past being a paper pad hoarder, because although I do have a lot of paper pads, I think there's no denying that one, I do use them. I'm not someone who'll buy a brand new paper pad and not be able to cut into it. I am quite good with doing that, but by promising myself that if I use the existing paper pads, I could then buy more. That did certainly help with the paper pad.
What's been your favourite recent paper pad?
Ooh, that's a hard one. There's been some absolute crackers lately, I'm not going to lie. I really like the couple we launched last week, you know, the 2 new Christmas ones. Can never quite remember their names, but those 2 are absolutely gorgeous because I love the fact that you've got one in the lovely frosty blues and you've got one that's a little bit more traditional in your reds and greens. Love those 2. I was a massive fan of Wild at Heart. Absolutely love that one, that's a beauty. Do you know what, I love them all. I'm terrible, I genuinely love them all and have to have them all. I'm an absolute terror. Paper
I
pad
really
terror.
liked Mediterranean Dreams.
That was a beauty. Yeah, that was really nice. Oh, I tell you, I saw a gorgeous card on on the Facebook group, on our I'm a Crafter's Companion the other day. And I can't remember who's done it. And if it's somebody who's watching at home, please let me know so I can give you credit because it was beautiful. And what they've done is they mix and match the new Myths and Legends collection. So they'd use some of the stamps and dies from that with the paper pad from Mediterranean Dreams.
Oh, nice.
And it worked an absolute treat. And I love that mixing and matching older collections with newer craft goodies. Just allows you to get more as well from your purchases, which I think is fabulous. So what we go ahead and doing is we're just colouring in this gorgeous little snowman here. Once again, the ice grey blend, which is part of that pack that you're getting within this collection. We've used our ice grey blend for our little snowman, and then we're just using our ice blue blend for his scarf and his hat. And he is just looking super, super cute. He's just a sweet little snowman. And I love the fact that each and every single one of these has got a slightly different personality. I think that is just absolutely adorable. You're going to love playing with these. You really, really are. And maybe you're going to stamp these out and give them to the grandkids to colour, or maybe even going to let them colour them in and stamp them themselves. You're going to get tons and tons of fun from these, that is for certain. Well, let's just carry on colouring. I have to say, this card is not a quick card. If you want a quick make, this definitely is not the one to go for, but it's so much fun to put together, and it's going to give you the most fabulous finished result. So all you'll continue doing is you'll just continue colouring all of those snowmen in, and after, I have to say, it took me a couple of hours to colour this in, but once you've coloured it in, that is the effect it gives you. Look at that. Super, super cute. So we've just used some of our tri-blends. All of this is being coloured with tri-blends, just different colourways, using your alpine green for the trees. That works really nicely. Some of your green turquoise for your hats and scarves. They just look absolutely adorable. And that could be at the bottom of a scrapbook page, 12 by 12. That would work beautifully as well. You can use these for so much more than just card making. It can be home decor, it can be scrapbook pages, it could be your gift boxes, your gift bags. So you can literally be decorating up your whole Christmas with these fabulous little characters. I'm just thinking as well, obviously we've used the 2 snowmen, but you could potentially maybe use half snowman, half penguin. That would be quite cute, I think. I think that would work quite nicely. But just to finish this off here, obviously we've got that white space at the bottom. I've actually taken a piece of our Frosty and Bright, and I'm sure I've scored this, but I can't see where on earth I've scored it. Oh dear. It's got to be in there somewhere. Let's just score it and fold it by hand. So once in half, and this is 12" in length, and then we're going to go in half once again, and this is just going to finish off our stamped and coloured piece. So let's just glue this onto the bottom there. I think just for speed, we're going to use our tape pen. For the one I created at home, I actually used my all-purpose glue, but you will just need to let that to dry before you start trying to sort of fold it all together. So just to speed this up, because I literally cannot believe how quickly this show has gone by. It is literally absolutely flown by. Just to hurry things along a little bit, we will just use some of our tape pen, which will still work equally well, but we've not got quite as much wiggle room, so we just need to make sure that we line that up perfectly first time around, which looks about right. That shall do us. And then all we need to do is just reinforce that score line. So we've got 1 into the centre there, and then we've got our second one, which just goes back on itself like so, and then that's our lovely Z fold bar. Now we bring back in our card base that we laid up just a few moments ago, and that is going to sit along the bottom there. It's up to you whether it sits at the very bottom. It could go halfway up, it could go a lot further up. That choice is entirely yours. Love that about your Z fold cards. You've got complete freedom as to exactly how you're going to choose to put these together. I've seen before beautiful cards where the bar's been at the very top and they've had almost like little baubles hanging down. That looks super, super pretty. Really nice idea, because I always tend to put the that extra piece at the bottom, but of course you can put it anywhere you so choose. Now the easiest way to apply adhesive to this one, rather than opening it all out and wondering where you put adhesive, just close it up, and then the 2 sections that you can see when it's closed, so that left hand section there and the right hand section, those are the only pieces where you want your adhesive. Make sure you go for a nice strong adhesive for that. Your tape pen is still going to be perfect, your tacky glue will work nicely, red liner tape, but just something that's nice and strong, because obviously that's a moving part, and when that recipient does get that beautiful card, they will be moving that around a little bit, so it will be subject to a little bit of wear and tear, so you want to make sure that it's nice and sturdy. And then we're going to bring in our sentiment. We've just popped that onto a die cut circle. We've matted and layered it onto a slightly larger craft card circle, just to keep that sort of idea flowing with those mats and layers throughout the whole card. Have that poking over the top of it. That looks quite sweet, quite like that. And then we've got some gems. You know I do love my gems and sparkle. And I believe these are from our Venetian Grace actually. And if you see me struggling about with a pokey tool, don't worry, in a few weeks' time we've got something which will Make sure you don't have to struggle whatsoever with our gems.
When is it, Lily?
I believe it's next week.
What is it?
A sticky picky uppy tool.
Ooh.
Yeah, and the tool itself is actually absolutely beautiful. The tool itself is like adorned with gems. It's absolutely gorgeous. But I won't tease you too much, but it is coming up next week. It is currently, don't quote me on this because it may very well change, but it's currently in for a week Friday. I won't be here sadly, but you guys are going to absolutely love that. I believe it's the two Debbies that will be launching that for you. And I know Debbie Robinson, she's a gem girl just like me. She's going to be like a giddy kipper. She'll be super, super excited. But just finishing that off with a little bit of bling. As I was saying earlier, if you can't have a bit of bling and sparkle at Christmas, when can you? But how super cool does that look? All you need to do to create a Z-fold card like that is double die cut, double stamp, and you have got that fantastic melt of snowmen there. How cute is that? But I just absolutely adore these stamps and dies. Just have a little play with them. See the different ways you can work them together. They don't just have to be on the top of your card base. They don't have to be along a fold. You can do tons with these. They are just super, super cute. And I just hope that you guys at home adore them as much as both me and Becky do.
I love that. I mean, it's so effective having that. Really like that. Now we've got Celie says, afternoon Lily, you're a very calm crafter. I'd be in a pickle trying to demonstrate everything that you're demonstrating. And she says she's bought some tacky glue, but she doesn't know what to use it on.
What a great question. You know I love my adhesives. Any sort of adhesive question, I am there. Now I'll tell you what I use my tacky glue for, and I'm just looking if we've got one here. Don't worry, Becky, I am coming back and I can't see any here.
Don't go, Lily!
Don't go, I'm here. Don't worry, I'm here. What I use mine for the most, now tacky glue is brilliant if you've got something that's a little bit more tricky. So this is where I go a little bit rogue. Most of the other demonstrators you see here, when we talk about matting and layering, anything that's got a coating, so that could be Centura Pearl, that could be your glitter cardstock, it could be your mirror cardstock, anything with a coating, a lot of the other experts will use a tacky glue to mat and lay instead of your regular all-purpose. The reason being is because this is actually a solvent-based glue, so if this gets onto a coated surface, it will actually strip the coating off. I do use this, but you've got to make sure that definitely none seeps out the sides. Whereas if you use your tacky glue, not only are you knowing that it's going to give you a absolutely fabulous strong bond, but you're also going to make sure that it doesn't strip any of that coating off. So first use is for any of that matting and layering trickier cardstock. You can use it in your mixed media, so it could be for trickier materials like your buttons, your ribbons, you can use it for things like that as well. But for me, the number one use, and I get through a ton of tacky glue for this one use and one use only, I decant it into our fine tip glue applicators. Not sure if we've got them in stock currently, but if we don't, we will be getting them back very, very soon. You can use any fine tip glue applicators, but of course, ours are the best, as always. You're going to decant your tacky glue into there. Then when you've got something that's super, super intricate that you're gluing down, it could be a very intricate snowflake, it could be a doily die. That's going to make sure that you're not going to apply too much glue. I would never be putting a solvent glue like this into one of these bottles. It's just the sort of viscosity of this. It's not going to work too well with that very fine sort of nozzle that you've got in the end there. So anytime that you're using your fine tip glue applicators for those delicate die cuts, tacky glue, number one glue to go for. Hope that helps.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that. Rachel Jones says, we love seeing you on Saturday, Lily. Ruby was a bit starstruck. We've got lots of goodies and Walter helped us pack everything in bags. I think the kids would love these stamps and dies for our Christmas cards. They really will work very well with children doing these, won't they?
They certainly will. And I just want to say it was lovely to meet you all at Saturday as well. It was one of those I left afterwards. And you know, when you just feel like really, really warm and fuzzy inside. I had the most special day. So thank you everyone who said hello, and thank you so much for my cards and presents as well. They are pride of place in my craft room, so I see them every evening.
Aww.
So thank you so much. Yeah, it was a very special day, I have to say. I absolutely loved it.
Fantastic. Did you say we're going for a break? Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to go for a break. This is your opportunity to check out your baskets. This is selling really, really well because these are absolutely gorgeous. They definitely take advantage when you can get them in the showstopper with all those other goodies. And we'll see you in a couple of moments.
It differs slightly depending how live I'm feeling first thing in the morning. Sometimes I head to the gym. More often than not, I don't head to the gym and I go on the school run. After the school run, I'm normally in here, getting by about 10 o'clock, chatting with the producer, whoever that might be on the day. So I've started going home a little bit more now, actually, in between shows. I only live about 5 minutes up the road, so it's nice to take a bit of a break. Go and make a nice cheese sarnie. Yeah. Cheese sandwich. I love a cheese sandwich. going home. I can't say the end of the day. You might want to keep this in. I can't say the end of the day, can I? The best part of the day is starting off and finding out what kind of a day it's going to be. Oh, probably night owl now. Never shower. He's so dirty. Oh, that's a really good question again. I'm a bath man. I love a bath. Coffee in the morning, tea in the evening. No breakfast. I don't really have breakfast. I tend to sort of eat my first meal around lunchtime. Craft along. My waistcoats, my range of waistcoats, because you've always got to have plenty of waistcoats ready for the day. Is help the guys pack up. I know you're looking at me, don't do that. I do. I'm not one of those presenters that come in, you know, doesn't help the backstage crew. I'm always, you just ask anybody else.
I like to get up, chill, relax, get a cup of tea, get myself sorted. And if I'm presenter, I'll write all my notes. If I'm the demonstrator, I'll get my prep out, have another look at it, make sure that everything is the way it needs to be for the show. Then what I'll do is I'll grab something to eat. Then have another look at the sheets again, making sure the next show's all good to go. Then we do that show, tidy. I always like to make sure that the area is nice and tidy, either for myself the next day or whoever's in. Jump in the car, head home. I will quickly unpack what I need to unpack, and then I get on that sofa as quick as I can. As soon as we go live, I love that within our live shows, I always get the butterflies. As soon as we get that countdown in our ear that we're just going live, butterflies kick in, and within about 10-15 seconds, I'm going. Butterflies have gone, and we just enjoy the show. Early riser. Oh, shower in the morning. Tea. Oh, savoury breakfast. Masterclass. My mobile. Oh, anything with chicken. Currently, it is the weekend, Blind and Light, and it has been for about a couple of years, and I still love it. Apart from jumping in the car, chilling on the sofa, watching TV.
Hello everybody, welcome back. Craig is going to be here later on today for Craft Along, and it's all about a magical day. I have to say, when I saw the stuff, I was like, ooh, because it was so lovely. It was really gorgeous. Now, we had a little bit of a competition during today's show. We were asking you to comment about the things that you've given away recently, and I've got two winners. So the first winner is going to win this card that Lily made during the show, and that winner is Pamela Dashwood. Congratulations. Woo! And then we have Karen Hughes, who's going to win a £10 voucher. And so you just need to, if you can both message in CTV prizes at crafterscompanion.co.uk, and that's CTV prizes at crafterscompanion.co.uk. We will arrange for this to be sent out to you. Lily, can you sign the back of it? Let us know if you want to.
That might decrease the value, so please do let me know if you actually want my signature on the back, because you might not.
But Pamela might want to gift it to somebody.
She might.
So let us know if you want it signed. We can get it signed for you if you like. But congratulations. That was... Amali says, Lily's doing amazingly. The demonstrations have been absolutely gorgeous. This whole collection. I really like it. Really like it. And I'm so glad I've got it already. I've got it already. I've already ordered it. already ordered it. Now, you've got some pens over there. You're going to show us how to get your best out of your pens, aren't you?
Absolutely, because I'm just aware that there's maybe some new crafters at home, or maybe you've been crafting for many years, but you've never tried your tri-blends. What a perfect place to start, because not only are you getting all those gorgeous stamps and dies, you're also getting our pack of tri-blends as well. Now, you may be familiar with some of these colours. These are not brand new colours, but it is a brand new configuration, and these have been specifically curated, so you've got the perfect colourways that are going to tie in absolutely perfectly with those stamps within the collection. Now I just want to show you almost like the anatomy of the pen, if you like, exactly how these work. And we've taken the ice grey blend, which is one of those colours in the pack. Now tri-blends are super clever because it's like 3 pens in one. Now if anybody is of a certain vintage, you may very well remember back in school we had those pencils. You know, it was like 10 pencils in one. You had to take the top out. Then you had to take the next colour out to get the next colour, and the colour you always wanted was at the top. I liken these pens a little bit to those pencils because you have 3 different pens within one, and it's literally like magic. So you've got a pen in the centre, you've got a pen at the top and at the other end as well. This is great because not only is it a lot easier to colour with, like we'll talk to you about in just a second, it's actually perfect for storage because instead of storing 3 pens, you actually store just the 1 barrel, which is fantastic. Now this one being in ice grey shades. Now ice grey is the colour family, so that you know it's going to be every single colourway within here is exactly the same colour family. Shades means it's a little bit darker. So within this pack here you can see you've got your ice grey blend, ice grey shades, same colour family, just different sort of colour values. And then you are going to get your light, your mid-tone and your dark. So if I just scribble these down onto a piece of our cardstock. These are all alcohol-based pens, so that means when you are colouring with these, you want to be ideally colouring onto a smooth cardstock to give you the best result. But you can see there you've got your light, you've got your medium and you've got your dark, and that's just from just the 1 pen. But when you want to start blending these, the way I tend to blend, but of course there are different ways of blending. I know Craig blends a little bit differently and some of the others on the team do their blending slightly differently to what I do. But the way that I find easiest and that gives me the best result is I'll lay down that light colour all over that surface, and you want to go over a couple of times to make sure that you've really saturated that area with your ink. And then we're going to go in with our mid-tone. So I'll probably colour about 2/3 over this section here. You can see that's literally starting to blend straight off the bat. You're not even having to work that colour in. If you do find that you've got a little bit of a join line between those 2 shades there, you're just going to switch back to your lightest colour tone and you're just going to work over that blend, over that join ever so slightly to give you that lovely seamless transition. And then in the final third here, we'll bring in that darkest of the 3 colour tones, just blending over the top. Once again, if you feel like you need to, we'll go back into that slightly lighter tone, which is your mid-tone, and we'll go over the top. And you can see there, I know with greys it is maybe not as easy to see, but you can see there you've got your lightest to your darkest, and it's the same with each and every single one of those pens. So you could be taking another of those pens that you've got within the pack, or it could be any of your tri-blends. We'll show you with a lovely blue colour tone here. You'll go in with your lightest colour tone. You'll colour over your area, whether you're colouring a snowman or whether you're colouring Santa's sleigh. It could be anything at all that you're colouring with these, because of course with that range of colours you're going to be able to colour much more than just the stamps you've got within this collection. Go down with your lightest colour tone, over the top then with your mid-tone, and then we'll take our darkest tone, and you can see there you get that lovely smooth transition from light to dark. Now the beauty of having your tri-blend bullet nibs, obviously we do our brush nibs as well within the range, is that these are super fine, so you can get into all that fine detail. If you've got a stamp with a real fine point there, you can go all the way up to there. You can fill in all those intricate details, which allows you to get that beautiful, really sort of professional finish to your colouring. These pens are just absolutely outstanding. Love the fact that within here you have got 6 different colourways, so it's a great starting point. If you are new to your tri-blend pens, you can start to actually build that stash. Of course, if you've already got these in your stash, it's just extra colourways, extra opportunities when it comes to your colouring. But the colours you're getting within this one: dark red blend, alpine green blend, blue turquoise blend, earth brown blend, ice grey blend and ice grey shades. All of those 6 beautiful colourways, perfectly colour matched to the stamps within the collection, do come part of that incredible showstopper. I absolutely love my tri-blends. You can probably tell I am pretty passionate about them.
And like you say, really useful having those colours. That ice grey blend is one we use a lot, isn't it? It always seems to be the one that runs out. Obviously, you're going to be getting another one in that bundle. So the showstopper today is all of these dies here. They're stamps and die set. These are the brand new launch. This is your Festive Edge stamp and die set. We've got all those gorgeous little animals, little igloos, trees, villagers, all sorts of other things in there. You're also going to be getting the pens as well. And if you pay another £10, you will get the bundle here, which is up to £44 or $54. Going to get about 5 items in here. This is going to be one of them, but I'm not going to tell you any of the others. It's going to be a secret. We will see you later on for the Craft Alone, myself and Craig. Take care. Bye-bye.